what it seems. Dive into the wildest dreams. Late night truth dripping through the streams. Late night drip, let it hit, let it slip.
Raindrops falling on the roof tonight. Heavy bass thumping got us feeling right. Daily drip show shining like a neon light. Pouring cups of swag till the morning bright. Step into the rhythm, let your spirit fly. Got that trippy beat taking you up so high. Every drop a diamond in the night sky. Level up your game, no need to ask why. Come get a cup, feel the magic flow. We pour into the audience, watch us glow. One drip at a time, take it nice and slow. In our daily drip show, let your style grow. Pouring into hearts with each heavy beat. Raindrops of rhythm make us all complete. Audience waving hands, feel the heat. Dripping in finesse, can't beat. Colors of the night, mixing shades so deep. Every drop we spill makes the vibe steep. Cups overflowing as we take that leap. In the daily drip show, dreams we keep. Come get a cup, feel the magic flow. We pour into the audience, watch us glow. One drip at a time, take it nice and slow. In our daily drip show, let your style grow. Sliding through the static glow. Jamming, Damien got the flow. News that hits you in the soul. What it means to you, you should know. Ask why, leaning close. Late night crew, raise a toast. Drip, drip, our daily drip. Tune in, don't let it slip. What's the word? What's the vibe? This is your show, come feel alive. Headlines turn to real talk. Jam drops, gems while damn unlocks. Questions that make the clock stop. Late night thoughts in a backdrop. Ask why, leaning close. Late night crew, raise a toast. Drip, drip, a daily drip. Tune in, don't let it slip. What's the word? What's the vibe? This is your show, come feel alive. Street lights hum like a lullaby. Neon whispers paint the sky. My mind's a map, but it won't decide. fingers on glass, static in the mix. Drifting to you, pulling me through. The bassline's thick, the air's like glue. Drifting to you when nothing's true.
Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
Get them ready. What up? What up?
Welcome, y'all, to our daily drip show. We are really happy that y'all are here with us today. I am one of two of the hosts here. My name is Jim Jones. I'm very, 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 very happy for y'all to be here. How y'all doing? All right. Yeah, real late night drip. Appreciate y'all. As asked in the chat, we're going to get into some things. Before I go ahead and tell you all about our show, let me go ahead and welcome my co-host, Plain Dame. I don't know
what
how
up,
you feeling.
what up? Oh, man, I'm feeling blessed and highly favored today. It's been a wonderful, tiring week. Still in that same grind, you know. But we out here. Thank you guys for dripping with us. I'm just happy to be here, man. Last week I was Happy New Year. Last year,
Happy New Year, y'all.
Last couple weeks been kind of crazy, but we here, baby, and we made it. Definitely made it. Thank you all for joining us for another good one.
Very much so. So a couple of questions we had in the comments. Like I said, I'm Jim Jones. I'm one of two hosts, and we're in here. We talk a little bit about politics, news, trends, and just giving y'all a different little bit of flavor on this with a little bit of perspective you may not be expecting from us, and bring in some things to have an overall discussion about. So if you are interested, stay tuned. Also, if you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Let us know you're here. Let us know y'all supporting. Hit that like button. Cost you nothing to do that. So go ahead. Let's go ahead and then in the background, we do have a producer. So maybe in there hopping in and manning down the comments. So we'll see what's going on with that. But in the meantime, it's me and Plain Dame. We are here. Dang. So first segment, people's briefing, y'all. So let's go ahead and talk about that. So let's start internationally, okay? Because somehow that seems a little bit less stressful than what's going on right now, okay? Now, China. Or as Trump would say differently, but China, right? So
China.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they are surveilling the culture, and it's actually concerning. So someone who brought this to the forefront, if you don't know, Joe Rogan, he is a personality. And it looks like I'm freezing, but that's okay because we're about to go to that clip anyways. So Joe Rogan talks a little bit about how China is using technology and questioning, should we be concerned in schools? And we're going to stay on the schools topic a little bit with AI technology, just a little bit here. Okay, hold on. Let me go ahead and get this off mute so y'all can hear.
Schools.
Teachers at this primary school in China know exactly when someone isn't paying attention. These headbands measure each student's level of concentration.
Okay, so hold on. Before we go into this, so looking at really quick, this is from Entrepreneur's quote. So he's reacting to the AI experiment in China's classrooms. So the culture over there with the parents, they believe that this will enhance their academic performance. So that is the purpose of this. We're going to flip it back to the States in a minute, but I want to go ahead and show y'all a little bit about China, discuss what we think about this video, and then move back to the States. So let's go ahead and continue. Plain Dame, you got anything before I hit that play?
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, as an educator that's retired, what that would have looked like in my day and age in the classroom, in that
Slow.
urban
It
setting.
would have been slow because the way that the technology was back then, it would have been looking like Oregon Trail. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it'd have been delayed. It'd have been a little delayed. I'd be like, hey, you ain't paid. He'd be like, what are you talking about? I would have been getting readings for second period and fifth or whatever.
Yep,
but
would have been
I'm
a
just
little
thinking
late,
about
but...
just wondering what that would have looked like. That would have been interesting.
All right, let's see what China do.
The information is then directly sent to the teacher's computer and to parents. Classrooms have robots that analyze students' health and engagement levels. Students wear uniforms with chips that track their locations. There are even surveillance cameras that monitor how often students check their phones or yawn during classes. For this 5th grade class, the day begins with putting on a brain wave sensing gadget. The device is made in China and has 3 electrodes, 2 behind the ears and 1 on the forehead.
Whoa. Yeah.
All right. Now you peep that before he gets in that. Let's look at his face. Like, that's wow, right? So keep in mind, like the way where they have this connected is really a line really close to your brain, and to be able to send that back and forth. They're trying to do this very quickly in real time. And to me, the craziest part is that they're not just keeping this information, they're sharing with the parents and the teachers, meaning that whoever keeps this software is also monitoring those kids. Like they probably have a profile on each kid. Like keep that in mind.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go ahead and see what he got to say.
Whoa. They're going to kill us. Well, they're going to dominate. But it shows how China is using AI in their schools.
Teachers.
So that is what people are comparing. So let's talk about that for a second, right? So let's talk about these videos for a second. So China is in direct competition with us, right? And as we think about like education and where education is, if y'all don't know, a lot of these schools are shutting down, right? Like the enrollment's down, like from a public school perspective, there's a lot more investment into charter schools and micro schools and stuff like that.
And
homeschools. Meanwhile, if we look at China, right, like they're investing in technology overall in their schools from what we see, right? Like I'm not in China. I wouldn't be able to say like this is a public school, private school, et cetera, how they're funded and so forth. But it is concerning because if you think about it, if they're investing in technology to do this here, right, we're barely being able to, in our public schools, just get the kids just the minimum in comparison. So I think that's why Joe Rogan is, trying to, I think that was a little bit all over here with they're gonna kill us. But he's just saying from like, if we were in a battle of like where it is, like if this is the standard, which is being sold to us, and this is my part on it, like they're selling to us, this is the standard. Now, do I believe that's the standard in every one of their schools? Nah. But I don't know what level it is. And I do know that we're closing schools down like nationwide. So that is concerning.
Intellectually, they're Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader just took a whole nother turn. Those kids was in like we thought we were doing some big shit by having a touchpad on the wall. We thought that was big thing to have people walk up with their fingers and do math problems. We thought that was just like wow, when they had that in every classroom. These kids, they monitoring their brain waves to see how many times they yawn and look at their phones. You know how insane that is. and that bring that over here, it's gonna be more feelings. It's gonna be more of a feelings conversation than intellectual, and that's what's scary. I mean, them kids. Well, education has always been super duper top tier and ultra serious over there. They want to be the best coming out the gate. So I don't know what that's like when they hit our side.
Well, it's just interesting because on our side, meaning like not just when I say our side, in the United States, we're kind of going through a battle of how much should we or should we not either A, expose kids to, B, allow them to use actual artificial intelligence and tracking and so forth. And then finally, when that does happen, what are we allowing our information to be done with that? And so China's government, China's culture is far different than what we have over here. So I think
Right.
that plays a part in that. I am curious to see how does that impact long term when this is really a rat race, right? On who can do what the fastest.
I
And
mean, and they've been on the cutting edge of education shit since the 80s. They've been whooping us. You get what I'm saying? If we're talking about on a competitive level, just at the end of the day, the money is here. But at one point, we were like the nation, right? And then I think in the 90s, China really started dominating. Supposedly now we're further along than China is, but I don't see how the hell that's the case. I feel like that's more propaganda. Look, when you got fifth graders, when they're looking at their brain waves, make sure they're not on YouTube and make sure they're counting their yarns right now, Jim. They're counting the damn yarn.
Hold on, I'm laughing because we got a troll named Brian. He says that we're AI. Oh,
No,
Brian.
it's I. No,
Brian,
it's IA.
I'm definitely a real
We're in-
person.
No, we're
So-
IA, intelligent assholes. We play too much.
That's
You
actually
gotta flip
very
that,
funny.
Brian.
So
You gotta flip that, Brian.
So the reason why I bring that up is let's go ahead and go to the US. More specifically, we're having pushback in the states with our lawmakers saying, hey, we don't want this in our schools. So let's go ahead. We're going to talk about Ohio, right? So Ohio lawmakers reject Trump's order on artificial intelligence. Brian, just stay tuned, my guy. Just stay tuned. Oh man, this is funny. Okay.
Meanwhile, has issued an executive order to limit the ability of states to regulate artificial intelligence. The order has caused a stir among Democrats and even some Republicans. NBC4 State House reporter Jesse Bethea spoke with state lawmakers from both parties about their resolutions opposing the president's order.
President Trump says that forcing AI companies to comply with 50 different regulatory policies would discourage development of one of the world's fastest growing technologies. But two Ohio lawmakers, a Democrat and a Republican, say this is a matter of separation of powers. Senator Louis Blessing is a conservative Republican. On the issue of AI regulation, he is breaking with President Donald Trump.
It's really not so much a partisan thing. It's a separation of powers issue more than anything else.
This week, Blessing submitted a resolution to the Ohio Senate opposing the president's executive order limiting the ability of states to regulate artificial intelligence. He was joined by Representative Christine Cockley, a Democrat, who submitted a companion resolution to the House of Representatives. She says state legislators, not the federal government, know best what regulations their states need.
There's no one thing when it comes to regulating AI that works exactly the same in California and also Ohio and vice versa. So the federal government is coming in and trying to say, here's a one-size-fits-all model, and that's not realistic.
Trump's executive order says the federal government must create a minimally burdensome national standard for artificial intelligence, as opposed to 50 state standards. The Ohio Chamber of Commerce agrees.
We certainly understand the need to have a unified federal response. You do have, the Interstate Commerce Clause of the Constitution.
Okay, so as we look at that, right, we're talking about a rejection of what's being asked, right? Well, okay, we still got the old comment there. Is of what's being asked. Why does this come up with President Trump, right? So the one big beautiful bill has a part in it that specifically talks about regulation and technology. And there is I don't even want to say request, almost basically a mandate that we cannot have basically overage regulation from the states. So for, I think it's like 10 years, I want to say, So that is where some of this is getting pushed back from the states. The states are saying, no, you're not going to tell us where we can do that. So that is where this is coming from. So I'm going to go ahead and continue and let this rock a little more.
You do have, these companies that are operating in multiple states. They have relationships with their customers that are, in states across the country and maybe even around the world.
Right now, it's not clear when or if Congress will pass a national artificial intelligence policy.
I find that very disconcerting to say, well, they're working on it. But in the meantime, any authority we had on this, congratulations, guys, you can have it at the federal level. It's really not a good look.
So basically, states are saying you're taking our power away, and you shouldn't be able to. So that's really the big argument here. You're taking our power away. You shouldn't be able to. Let us do what we need to do. And I agree with them. I agree with them because the way that we test our kids. So depending on what state you were in, the state I grew up in, we had a test that you had to take in order to graduate. You had multiple opportunities to take this test. So if you are requiring the states to say, or not requiring, you're allowing states to say what qualifies for what you are going to allow them to graduate, then why are we not allowing them to regulate the material and how they get that information and how we actually verify they know what they're talking about? That's where I'm at. Right. I agree with Ohio on this one. I'm gonna have to agree with them. What y'all think? Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know.
Yeah, why? I mean, my thing is, why interfere with innovation? I mean, if you see something that's we're gonna end up on the cutting edge of everything because as America, we have access to everything to be able to grow. AI, they're about to turn into any way to interfere. Assholes in the way. Let them grow. Let them grow. We've gotten this far. That's just the way I'm looking at it. Because if you stand in the way of innovation, you are going to stunt the growth of a lot of future companies. Problem is, people don't want to see folks really get rich off of cutting edge technology that they're inventing. This stuff is moving like this. So wait.
Are you agreeing with the states, or are you agreeing with President Trump saying that let them do their thing? Or are you agreeing with the states?
I'm agreeing with Trump. Let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. We can monitor them, but deregulate that shit. Let them do their thing. Of course, if it looks like it's going left, then we step in, but we shouldn't be in the way trying to regulate every single thing. And that's the problem right now. Like, the more we regulate things, the more we slow down growth and the more we get outpaced by other countries. And that's my biggest issue. Like, let the flowers bloom, baby. Let them bloom. Let's see where it takes us. It's gotten us this far.
Drop some drink.
Because it's a catch.
Let us know.
Yeah, it's a catch-22 to everything, though, Jim. It's a catch-22 to everything. But I just feel like all of these extra regulations is not needed. That's just where I'm looking at it. And I mean, you let it bloom, but you monitor it. You see it going. I mean, I feel like everything should be monitored to a degree, but I don't feel like everything needs to have a ton of regulation attached to it. That's just me. That's just how I'm looking at it.
Hold on. I think this is Joe. I think Joe said, give it the 3 laws like in iRobot and let it explode in use. What? Hold on.
Terminator 2 out here. No, I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, everything should be closely monitored and watched. We should be getting details, on a regular basis. People shouldn't be able to just go off the ranch and do some crazy stuff with it. But I just feel like states could monitor and look at things, and we all can agree and disagree on what's appropriate versus what isn't, what works and what doesn't. But just putting a ton of regulations on it just to control it so you can see how you can make some money off of it. That's basically that's the way it looks to me. Like, we want to see how we can monetize it for ourselves. If we control it, we're the ones that's going to ultimately get paid or tax it a certain way. It's a lot of different things that can come with that. But drop some drip.
Drop some drip. Let us know. We're split on this. Hey, we split on
I'm
that.
all about innovation. That's just me. I don't know. I'm all about innovation. I'm all
Y'all,
about
y'all
seeing
know
what
how I
things take.
feel. Go to Talk Tech with me. If y'all want to know how I feel about it. If you don't, check out Talk
I mean,
Tech
I don't want it,
with
and
me
I don't want
playlist.
it taking jobs, but I feel like it could create some jobs too. But I already see what's happening with AI to a degree. But yeah.
Well, from digital homework to digital monitoring, let's take a look at this. We'll see what you think. What y'all think about this? If you did agree, let innovation rock. Let me know what you think about this. Just peep this real quick.
Chilling thing that I learned as I got ready for the CLE.
The newest usage of artificial intelligence is a camera that will train itself to find unusual movements.
The camera will learn the normal motion activities in a scene, and after that learning period, it will just automatically flag you when something happens that's unusual for that scene.
The system has flagged people walking their dogs as unusual motion detection at night.
There is zero human input in this situation.
This is being used in almost every big city.
Hold on, when he says there's zero human input being used in this, that means that they created something, they said, hey, here's some basic rules, or hey, this is what we're looking for you to look for. And then from there, the technology is going to basically associate or make patterns, trends, decide this means this and this means that, and start making assumptions, inferences, whatever you want to use, whatever word, and say, hey, boom, 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 boom. A human is not saying you're right, you're wrong. That's what he just said. They letting it rock. So the innovation you talk about, that's this.
But that's why I said things need to be monitored. I'm just saying you ain't got to overly regulate it, but it should be monitored. You should see exactly what's going on with it to where you can make your corrections. Do that make? I mean, we gotta correct that. I mean, you can't count on a damn computer to do everything the right way. You definitely gonna have to program.
It depends on what kind of AI is built. So there's different types of AIs, and we talked about this in Talk Tech. There's ones where, where we step in and we say no, 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 or yes, yes, yes. Kind of like when you go into certain providers, you hit that thumbs up or thumbs down, and whatever it said it gave to you. That's how it's learning based on what you said. But there's ones like this, from what it sounds like so far, ain't no thumbs up, ain't no thumbs down. They just saying this is a dog. It might be a cat, but it said this is a dog. So we're gonna be rocking with this.
In the country, it's being used to figure out who are the at-risk youth. There was a robbery in California. They knew that it was a black kid, and they decided it must have been a certain high school. So they ran the AI formula through that high school students, and they went and arrested a kid. 8 hours later, they found the surveillance video of him where he said he was at the time of the robbery. He had nothing to do with it. But they put a kid in jail for 8 hours because of the way that the algorithm had labeled it. There were no human beings involved in the approach to select that child as the suspect. CalGang is a database that does this. 42 people are on CalGang as gang members that are not yet 1 year old. Chicago had thousands.
That's crazy. Did y'all peep that real quick before we go through it? He just said that the babies are part of gang, which is crazy because like the baby barely able to
not gang,
right?
Not gang.
The baby's barely old enough to hold their bottle, not even walking, and they on a list talk about that gang bang.
The way he crawled, he must have been a Hoover.
Man, look, you gotta check that diaper, something in there.
He a folk. His diaper was hanging to the side.
Sagging too much. Poop.
He from the wild hundreds.
Oh my goodness.
Of 11-year-olds on.
Yeah. Well, it just depends. There's different types of AIs, and some of these, it's like some are on a leash, and some of them ain't. So we gonna keep it going.
Their gang list. What happens when that 11-year-old is 15 and they speed in a car and then they get pulled out of the car at gunpoint and they get a day in jail rather than a speeding ticket? So this is dangerous as could be for our country.
Drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all think that is a concern? Do you think that people are just overreacting?
No, that's wild.
Let's see. Shout out to Argentina. Thank you for dropping some drip and letting us know where you're from. Drop some drip and let us know where y'all coming from. Argentina in the house. Hey, how's it going?
Oh, for sure.
Wait a minute. Joe is over here talking about Joe is all for it. He said, "Give me the AI bunny ranch," and I'm like, "What is going on?" We talk about the kids. We talk about monitoring the kids.
I mean, it is something though. You can see a way a baby crawl and be like, "He OTF."
That's crazy. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to I'm sorry, just so y'all know, I am notorious for messing up names. Okay. So I know y'all make fun of me all the time. Is it Duo GK312? I'm gonna just assume it's that. Shout out to you from Argentina. Thank you for dripping with us. Shout out to Joe, he in here. Shout out to you. Let's see who else we got in here. So shout out to y'all. I'm not shouting out the haters in the chat. Shout out to P78. And shout out to Delilah D2F.
Whoa.
Shout out to Delilah. Hey, listen, that's her name. Her name, his name, they name. I don't know. You know, look, Delilah could very well be a boy or girl. Delilah. I don't know. But shout out to y'all for dripping with us. So thank y'all so much. So yeah, drop some drip in the comments. Let us know. Do y'all have kids? Are y'all got brothers, sisters that's in the school system? Do you have concerns around this? It's not going away anywhere. However, when we look at, I think it's interesting in the culture before we go into our next topic, which I'm sure we're going to spend a while on. China is very much embracing it. However, the government doesn't really give them much choice, from my understanding. But they're embracing it, right? They're saying, "You finna put this, we gonna put this ring on your head. We gonna find out how smart you are, or lack thereof, and then you gonna go to this class, or whatever it may be." If you're from China, you got family from China, drop some drip in the comments. Let me know if y'all are aware of this. Is this cap? Once again, this is America Media. Baby, we're not getting it right.
Hey, I mean, I hope not to a degree, because that is kind of crazy. But
on the flip side, though, we over here and we're like, listen, we're not going to allow that to happen at a nationwide level. Do y'all think this is helpful or harmful?
Yeah, I definitely want to get more opinions on this one. We might have to revisit this one because this is kind of nuts.
I still think I wouldn't want to put no ring on my head. I don't know about y'all. Like, I don't want to monitor myself. But I got babies. Talk tech.
I got babies. You're not putting that on my baby's head.
But you go all for it. You say you like innovation. They want to study.
No. I like innovation when it's monitored, but that don't mean that I'm just all for everything. You're not about to just slap a headset on my baby and tell me what he thinking. Well, he blinked too much today, so it's obvious he wasn't paying attention. Get the hell out of here. We're not doing that. Kids still got to be kids. I'm not saying we shouldn't try it. And for those who don't know, I have special needs kids, so that would be interesting to see what.
Oh yeah, you top tier. They want to put that ring on your kid head. Top tier. They said,
yeah, they definitely, yeah.
Yeah, top
they want to know how. They want to know how my little one think. Of course, because he's very smart. He's non-verbal, but he does hack phones. He's pretty elite with technology, so that would be interesting to see.
You know what? I'm curious to see what other countries like. I'm curious to see what other countries do in those situations too. Like, would those kids be eligible to have, and also what are we going to do with AI? Like, because you're going to have kids who struggle to be able to use AI in the same way. Are we going to have modifications? Because especially in the public school, it's required to have a certain level of I'm trying to think of the word for it. You have to have you have to have basically offer the same amount of education as you do to kids who are not special needs, right? And you know that. So on the AI side, like, I'm curious, what do we think they're going to do with that? Are we going to have a team or a class for almost like rotation? Like, I don't know if y'all remember this, but when you used to have to switch class. Do they switch classes when they're young like that still? I don't know, but I know in like the 4th grade we started learning how to switch classes. And yeah,
I mean,
we ought to do the 4th grade. So like, would you switch class? Like when they switch class, like the other kids, like would you switch classes? I think that makes sense to switch classes, have some of those kids on their rotation go to like an AI class. They're going to need a little more help and probably either grasping the concept, applying it similarly, or even using the tools that other kids use. They might have to verbally talk to AI and not, be able to type it. That's going to be wild.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Again, development and growth. I would love to see how that could be beneficial. I just think it should be monitored. There's no way it should be a computer left to its own devices to just make decisions. Like, that's insane. It's just somebody
but it
be
does
watching.
But it does. What's his if your boy Elon had it his way, that's how it would be, boy, because he's gonna be all for that. But let's switch from watching kids to watching some money. What am I talking about? Y'all know I'm talking about the Somalian fraud story. Now, y'all already know that's what I'm about to talk about. Y'all already know that was going to come up here. Y'all already knew. These are allegations, right? So
yeah, taking the kids to the Leering Center so they can leer some things. I need my kids leering things.
I'm going to start off with...
Oh, man.
So I don't know. I'm gonna be honest and transparent here. I don't know much about Nick Shirley. I don't know who Nick Shirley is. I've only seen rumors of who Nick Shirley is, so I can't vouch for who Nick Shirley is or is not. All I know is that he is the main person in the forefront to push these allegations that then kind of shine that spotlight. Drop some in the comments if you know more than I do about that.
Yeah,
feel free.
I will say this. He's a YouTuber. He's been around for a little bit. Very young. He's only 23. The thing about it is that it's really pissing off legacy media because of how lazy they've been about this. This isn't new news. It hasn't been widely covered. Everyone's been talking about the fraud that's been happening. I mean, Doge kind of opened up the floodgates for the discussions of fraud, but for some reason, everybody shied away from it, and fraud is bad. Fraud talk is bad. We're going to ban it. We're not going to talk about it. And then all of a sudden, you're a racist if you bring up fraud.
How do you know that you're right?
So
that was in my that was accidental click.
Nah, but he just basically personally just embarrassed. His hoodie is wild. His hoodie is wild.
Oh, yeah, it is wild. Wow.
Wild. But basically, he's made legacy media look like total assholes, and now they all they want to kill him. They want to get rid of him because he's making everybody look stupid because he just did what your typical reporter would have did 25 years ago. Went to the source of fraud and questions.
So we're going to start with Nick Shirley, and then we're going to go to the owner. So I'm going to show you both sides of that, and then drop some drip in the comments. Let us know what y'all think, and then we'll give y'all, we'll let y'all know too. So here's Nick Shirley. This is CNN interviewing Nick Shirley.
How do you know that you're right? How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
That was conservative YouTuber Nick Shirley.
That hoodie is wild. Did y'all see that?
I want one.
that hoodie
I want one.
Insane. That's insane. So, okay, well.
I am 100% sure I'm true.
That was conservative YouTuber Nick Shirley. His viral video where he's going door to door at daycares in the Minneapolis area and saying that he's uncovering massive amounts of fraud at Somali-run daycares has exploded on social media. Elon Musk retweeted the video. J.D. Vance retweeted the video. CNN is looking into Shirley's claims. This idea of fraud in Minnesota, though, is not new. In fact, for many, many years, the Department of Justice has been prosecuting cases against dozens of defendants, many of whom are concentrated in the Somali American community.
Okay, so hold on. Number one, homie is going around basically putting in the forefront daycares. I don't know what daycares did to homie, but he said, I will exploit all y'all. So he specifically within the Somalian culture. So I'm assuming, I don't know a whole lot about. I'll have to look up the demographics of Minnesota and Somalian. But I believe they have a pretty large population. Go ahead, Plain Name.
Yeah. Basically, but the biggest thing is this. The situation is that you've seen and it's not just Minnesota. They're popping up. You going to Boston, you got small areas where you got, dozens of these daycares popping up. For some reason, it's really, really huge with the Somali folks. They love daycares. You go to Ohio, go to Columbus. It's little small areas where there's clusters of daycares, right? And the reason why Minnesota is like being highlighted the way it is because it's been such rampant big numbers of money that's been funneling through these buildings with these daycares. I mean, come on, you got a whole building with 60 different healthcare companies. 60 in one building. Ain't that much damn insurance in the world. You see what I'm saying? So you have that going on. It's insurance, health insurance, and then you got the daycare situation. So that's really been the biggest problem, is that they keep popping up everywhere. So Minnesota was just like the floodgates is open. The floodgates is open. It's like Stranger Things. With the upside down world is finally cracking open and everybody's starting to see what the hell's going on. So it's not just Minnesota. You're finding it in California. And that's what now it's and I can't understand why it's blame Trump instead of blame Tim Walz. And on top of that, too, that insult to injury, back in the day, we had Connie Chung. We had Walter Cronkite. We had all these different journalists that would go into the heart of America and overseas to peep into some of this stuff that's been conversation. Now, all of a sudden, that's taboo. So that's where Nick Shirley is like pissing people off, because he's basically not being handed talking points like a lot of legacy media is, right?
Well, before I go to the owner, because I'm obviously going to show the owner too. We have Eric Klein. So Eric Klein. So Eric Klein said that Nick Shirley admitted to finding nothing. The defendant is Amy Block, who is a white Trump supporter. So I like, my thing is this. I'm just gonna show both sides of it, like where it came from, because it's important to show. All of a sudden, we're talking about this, right? So that's why we're showing Nick Shirley. So you can say that he admitted to finding nothing, and that's fine. I'm just showing like this is where it came from. So I'm not negating what you're saying. I'm just
where
saying
there's smoke, there's fire. Plain and simple. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I'm gonna continue his, so then we can get to the owner. So let's go ahead and finish the
here in the Minneapolis area. Some of those cases actually began under Biden's DOJ in 2022 for a various list of different types of frauds. And so far, there have been at least 80 people indicted, at least 56 convictions.
Wow.
Attorney General Pam Bondi responded to the Shirley video, as did the FBI Director Kash Patel. Both of them say federal law enforcement has been all over this from the beginning and has secured many indictments. Further, this has become a major political headache for Governor Tim Walz, because Republicans here in Minnesota say he is ultimately responsible for
said this plain name.
Fraud issues, for not doing enough to have an adequate level of accountability. Governor Walz says that he has done a lot. He's shut down one program. He's established a program integrity director. He says that he is doing what he can to try to root out this fraud.
How do you know that you're right? How do you know? Let me see how this is pretty new. So this was 2 days ago. So this is the news from 2 days ago. So plain name, this is from CNN. They agree with you right there. They're bringing up, some of the things you said with that. They agree with you on that. Let's see.
How do you let a learning center that can't even spell learning operate for as long as it has?
Why wasn't Nick arrested for trespassing? Now this is the interesting part on the CNN front. I haven't seen the video of him like kicking in a door or something like that. Like, because trespassing is typically coming on property and like proceeding through. I don't know if knocking on a door or looking at
That's
whatever right there
it's
is considered
not.
trespassing. But I don't know, like I said, I
Nah.
don't know if he came in and kicked in the door or like walked up in
No,
there
he
like he
didn't.
had a kid or
No,
something like that.
what
If he
he
did that, yeah, that's trespassing.
what
man. You
he
can't do
did
that.
was he knocked on the door. He asked them about applications because his son, little Joey,
So
needed
they
to
opened the
put it.
door.
Yes, they
When
let
you
him
open the
in.
door, that's not
But they did.
trespassing.
But he said, "Hey, where are all the kids?" And they said, "Well, there aren't any kids here." Which legally, no, they don't have to show him children. But the way they acted was so damn suspect, it was ridiculous. Anybody who has children that's been to any daycare, if you're asking for an application or if they have any questions, usually they're going to give you a business card. Hey, take my card. You know, we can walk you through the place at another time. Right now, it's not the best time. It's nap time. It's whatever. They didn't say anything like that. What are you doing here? Why are you here? He said, well, I'm doing a documentary because I'm trying to find a daycare for my son, little Joey. Little Joey needs a daycare, and we're just going around interviewing different daycares. Well, why are you here? Well, you guys appear to be a daycare. And he's done this at several different areas. Hey, I'm looking for a daycare for my son, little Joey. How is that considered trespassing? If that's the case, I've trespassed all over the damn city and a few others. You know what I mean? Like if we're looking, you know, if you have children and you're looking to go into a school and you want to talk to some people about that school, why is that considered trespassing? Because this school is viewed as fraudulent. I don't know.
So I'm checking the comments too. So one, if that is what happened and they opened the door, that's not trespassing. That is them open. Now he may have been there on false pretenses. That may be true, but it's not trespassing because they opened the door. Number two, we talk, and I think this might be a good that might be a good like its own thing, is what is the face of journalism? And so I know that I mean I don't know if it sound if like I said, I didn't see the video, but if he said he has a little Joey, he doesn't have a kid, then technically he would be lying. So
yeah, but bottom line is that
however, them opening the door is not trespassing. Like that's
if you have a place where you're keeping children and you're doing educational things, there is things put in place for visitors. There is procedures, right? Think about all the mass shootings and all the different stuff that's happened. You don't think that there's a lot of procedures put in place for people when they have visitors or whatever, or how they need to handle things? Listen, my kid ain't staying at none of them damn daycares.
The states usually do. They have to. So that would be a thing too. If he signed into the books, they do usually have like visitors books and like stuff like that. Even if you come to like check out a place, I'm pretty sure the schools do this too. Like if you come up to a school, they open that door.
You gotta sign in.
Somebody, you gotta sign in and give them I think it's like your driver's license, your name and stuff like that. But my thing is, like, there was a question about. Sorry, y'all. About being a journalist, and so.
What that have to do with anything?
Well, the question is, he's basically doing investigative journalism, right? By bringing up something that doesn't necessarily pertain to him. If he doesn't have a kid, this does not pertain to him. It pertains to him because then he's doing investigative journalism. Kind of like when people go and report something, like they're not involved in it. They're involved in it because they're doing investigative journalism. So that's why this is relevant.
Right.
The question, my question for y'all, drop some drip in the comment. Let me know. Do we believe that journalism has a face? Do we believe that journalism can only come from like a big network, or can it be can anyone do, or is there some level of regulation that should consider investigative journalism? Because I think some of this debate that's going to also come out of not just like daycare regulation, and we can talk about this another time, but like is daycare regulation, but I think investigative like journalism might end up being under fire for this if that is actually a concern. So,
but this is just more goalpost moving, because at the end of the day, legacy media is lazy as hell. fraud has been running rampant in Minnesota for as long as they saying it go back 10 years, Jim. They said go back 10
That's
plus
what I mean. They
years
said
of this
it
type of
happened with
fraud.
Biden
Right.
administration.
So
They do
so
know
why
that that's true. They did say that
so
they have.
why
Well, they have
wasn't it a
cases. They didn't say it was true. They said they have cases.
why wasn't it a hot button conversation? Why is this not like think
So you want to
about this
hold?
with it.
Do you want to hold Tim Walz accountable? And
I
yes,
want
Joe,
to
you're
hold
right.
it.
Independent journalism is the only is the only real journalism left. So you agree,
'cause-
Joe, that it doesn't. It's not that you have to do that. Okay, understood.
Because we can't listen to these puppets as being handed their news. Like people don't even leave the buildings no more and go interview people. They're being handed stories. No one
Okay,
goes out
hold
with any
on.
real journalism
This
anymore.
is a good one. This is a good one. So Eric is saying that you have to have 2 verified sources. Now you going into college type of verification of sources. It's interesting in this day and age. And like I said, hey, Play Name, we should do a whole show on this because historically, what this says here from an actual research and analysis, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right with those things. However, in 2026, public opinion and having a source of truth that you can say this, show that this is real, a lot of times is all that people need. So it's interesting. So I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying this right here is the college, like how you're taught in college of what that means. I'm not. However,
this is valid.
Yeah,
early 2000s. This is what he just said is valid early 2000s, early 2010s even. For some reason, emotions trumps all of this shit now. It don't even matter about verified sources. The source is I feel like this. That's the new source now. So at the end of the day,
this is why right here, Bud Russell is, and this is actually why too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like this right here is actually why that standard we just talked about has kind of like the. We should do this. So I don't want to go too far off on that, but I do want to acknowledge I understand what you're saying with that. But
no, what he's saying
I
is
think
real.
The standards in 2026 kind of, you know what I'm saying, has flipped the change. So let's go back to Tim Walz.
We can't trust our regular news anymore, and that's why this is happening. This is because everyone's going rogue now. So I get it.
So let's go back to Tim Walz, right? Like, so CNN even just said, hey, they know that there's been other instances that are not Nick, right? That this has been an issue.
He's not the first.
He's not the first. I don't know where the other ones came from. That obviously y'all just saw the video I just saw, right?
We got another one. We got one in Columbus right now running rampant, running around interviewing people and pissing people off. He's the next Nick Shirley. They're popping up everywhere because people are simply tired of being fed bullshit news because you're not touching on anything.
It also just daycare costs so much, and if it's being supplemented with government funding, another reason why I know people kind of feel like they have a dog in the fight is that if they pay money into state or federal taxes, and that's where the money is being funneled in, they feel that they have a dog in the fight. So let's listen to what this is the daycare center had to say about it, like really quick. Well, we're not gonna watch the whole thing. It's 5 minutes long. We can go do that. Oh, let me go ahead and take this off mute.
Specifically related to childcare. Here's the latest.
We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says it's freezing. All new at 10.
You want to make ready for kindergarten.
This is ABC Learning Center in Minneapolis.
They have to learn ABC and numbers.
Director Ahmed Hassan gave WCCO a tour after finding his daycare in the national spotlight.
All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center.
Here we go.
In a now viral video, right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley claims nearly a dozen daycare centers in Minnesota are taking public funds but not providing a service. He says ABC Learning Center is one of them, knocking on the door in mid-December.
I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Hassan says his employee didn't respond because Shirley was in a group of about 8 people, and his staff were concerned about recent ICE activity.
Is this daycare committing fraud?
No, we're not committing fraud.
Hassan showed us security footage from the same day Shirley was here. According to the timestamps in the videos, this woman takes a young child into the center at around 9 a.m. that day. about 3 hours before Shirley arrives at the door closer to the street. Within the hour after Shirley leaves, a woman arrives at the other door with a stroller. A larger family heads inside a few hours later. Tuesday afternoon, WCCO found at least a dozen children at ABC Learning Center, which is licensed with the state. Records show Minnesota officials last visited the daycare in November, noting some corrected and ongoing violations related to day-to-day operations, but no record of fraud.
What did I do? I'm just a typical human being who wants to live and do the right thing. I have kids to feed.
So let's talk real quick. I know I'm missing some of the comments. That it could be definitely an excuse to cut back on the daycare subsidies.
Kind of a reach though.
So daycares, right? So I don't know how many people have ever had to, I don't want to say deal with, because the thing is, like, daycares definitely provide a service. Is definitely not got to be the easiest job. I don't work in daycare. I'm cool on doing that. I appreciate them for all they do. Shout out to them. They deserve all the gifts when time comes around, teacher appreciation, all that. However, they do have days. They also have low enrollment, days off, and depending on what time people come, right? So if you pull up like 11, 12 o'clock, something like that, them kids supposed to be in there. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of them have rules. Like, you can't come in there after like 10 o'clock or whatever, because they're supposed to make their class.
So you can't bring them in late and you can't pick them up late. These are all safeguards and things that have been put in place at daycares across the world. Honestly, if you're running on the, if it's on the up and up, if you don't have children, you may not even understand this. I'm gonna just put it that way.
So it depends on like I said, like you said, and also he did say look at the front, right? So you come to the front and you're trying to get in. They're supposed to have the door locked. So shout out to them for making sure the door is locked, right?
Which was great.
Correct.
You're supposed to do that.
Usually there's like a door that like parents and people, whatever, can like pick people up. I'm assuming that's that other video, the other video where like they're coming in through the back door, like the families and stuff. So I think there's a lot going on with that. I think that there's pieces and parts missing to this. And I definitely think that people are taking this and running with it. However, also I wanted to say the violations part. If y'all go on, I think it's like there should be like a public website or something like that. If you want to just go to y'all daycare public, like, you can look up what the violations they have. A lot of them have violations. And if you like open, because I think you can like open it up and see like what the violation is, it'll be stuff like, it'll tell you what it is. So if it's severe, it'll tell you what it is. Stuff like that. So you can go look it up. I don't know. I don't remember if it's at the county level or state level or whatever, but you could look all that up. So
it's a state level situation.
He could very well just open that up, right? So he may have went through, opened it up and be like, they got 15 violations. I'm about to pull up over there. I'm guessing that's probably where he's getting some of his list from. Is that like, that's some stuff. I'm going to go over there.
And it's kind of like Ohio. They have CGOGC, right? They go around daycares and schools to make sure everything is on the up and up, right? For some reason, Minnesota didn't have a lot of those safeguards that most of these other bigger states have had. I don't know what's going on there. They just started implementing some stuff from what I'm hearing. But either way it goes, this is a great story for any great journalist. It's a great story. I don't know why they never covered it, but it's because I feel like they've been told not to cover it.
I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to not listen. I'm trying to read some of these. Yes. So you could, like I said, you could go take a look. I'm pretty sure you could probably go to Minnesota's if y'all want to. Y'all ask ChatGPT and all the rest of them other AIs, all them questions. It'll give it to you to look that up.
It's a whole website.
You totally can go look those up.
It's a whole state website that shows all their violations. They have to do that by law because when you're looking for a daycare, you have to see the different things that's going on to make your own decision.
What is it? Corn Plum 80. Sometimes, so I know you think that we muted you or removed whatever it is. Sometimes YouTube, depending on what the monitoring is too, it'll just do it. So sometimes, like, I don't even see whatever it is that you put. Whatever it is, they must have thought it was egregious. But we don't necessarily take all that out.
Oh, we censors nothing.
Yeah, they have their
We
own.
censors
They
nothing.
have their own muting mechanism in there too. So just know that. I just want to make sure we shout that out. Because we didn't remove you. So that must have been YouTube that did that. And then as far as fraud that the president pardoned, we are talking about this topic. If you would like us to talk about the pardons, we could do another show on that. But right now we talk about the daycare fraud and that part. So they going back and forth in the comments. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm looking at it, which
this-
is great. I love that they doing this, because this needs to be a discussion, because what's going to happen is that we're going to find out more and more people, more and more states are going to be discovering more and more things that either is fraud or look like fraud. And these are where babies go. So it should be watched. It should be under a microscope, because anybody can start a daycare. I'm going to just put it that way. Just ask residents in Boston. Just ask residents in Boston.
Sort of. So the latest news that and who knows, by the time we even got stuff set up, things could have changed because things happen so quickly. Based on that, it kind of goes to, I'm trying to remember who put that in there. They were talking about not wanting to pay for subsidies. So subsidies.
Another reach.
The newest federal child care payments halted. So I don't know if since then that they've unhalted, but that is something that KTVB is reported. So let's see what they got to say about that. Take that off mute.
Administration says that it's freezing all federal child care payments to Minnesota in the wake of a viral video that alleged widespread fraud. The state's Democratic governor accusing the president of politicizing this issue. NBC's senior White House correspondent Gabe Gutierrez is traveling with the president in South Florida.
This morning, a federal investigation into alleged daycare fraud in Minnesota is growing, and the Trump administration says it's halting all federal child care payments to the state.
We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
Earlier this week, the Department of Homeland Security posting video of agents knocking on doors of more than 30 businesses around Minneapolis in an effort, it says, to root out fraud. Overnight, Minnesota's Democratic Governor Tim Walz saying President Trump was politicizing the issue to defund programs that help Minnesotans.
There's no children inside this building.
It all comes after this viral video racked up more than 100 million views online. Right-wing YouTuber Nick Shirley, who describes himself as an independent journalist, says he went to 10 child care centers receiving federal and state subsidies and did not see children at the sites.
So let's hold on a second here. He visited these childcare sites, right? Now we did give the context of depending on time of day that does in fact matter, because you very well could be pulling up when the doors are locked. So you very well could be locked, right? Okay, I'm trying to make sure that we have anything. And you know what? Famous F79, shout out to you. I know you're a subscriber. Shout out to you. It could very well have something to do with midterms. However, based on what just happened, this is going to be a great segue into our next topic. Based on what just happened, I don't know if that's necessarily helpful, because if you have a lot of people who, well, I guess there's two things going on. The past opportunity to make your vote count, people very much hit a blue wave. So what, to me, and I'm gonna be quiet after this, to me, the assumption on this then would be that if the Republican Party believed that people are truly against all immigrants and not just illegal immigrants, because that would be the assumption, you know what I'm saying? Like the assumption here would be that, oh, we have to keep, voting in this way because otherwise we're not going to have, like Tim Walz represents the Democratic Party. I think it's interesting. We're going to see how the midterms, so shout out to you for the midterms comment, but we're going to see how the midterms happen. I don't know if that's necessarily helpful. That's just assuming that, I don't know, but I mean, that means that their boots to the ground is telling them that all people don't like immigrants or think that people are doing fraud, or because of the economy and how tight people's money is, they will essentially be outraged and raged that their money is being used, like that perception. So I don't know, you might be onto something there, but I don't know if I would go. I don't think I would go about it that
think
way.
personally, I think personally, the fire done got lit, because this is not something that's not documented and already known, that welfare fraud and daycare fraud and all types of fraud is going on heavily in Minnesota. Hell, the governor replaced their damn flag with a Somalian flag. Like, he's just a little too for a certain group of people, right? Because they are a huge voter base there. I get it. I understand it. But that don't mean let fraud run rampant. And at the same time, if you're on the up and up, you're running a business, it should be absolutely nothing for you to use documentation to show that your business is functioning as it should. So having your funding pulled shouldn't be something that should be long lasting. That's just it, That's just it.
And that gives the comment up there a good point. Like, that would be assuming so long. I don't even want to say, because you're about to give me trouble saying your name, but LB in the chat, the assumption based on what Famous said. So Famous said is potentially because midterms would directly correlate what you're saying. Because if you're saying if it's midterms, then you're also saying it's because people can't tell the difference. However, what Plain Dame just said is that if you operate in a business, I mean, we shouldn't even be like, to operate a business, you kind of have to be, you have to be legal to have paperwork.
If I got a gas station, then I should have some forms and payment slips showing I bought gas to sell gas. It's really that simple. If I come get audited, I should be able to show that this is what my business does. Boom, I got my funding back. And on top of that, I mean, the Learning Center, hell, the owner he rocking $3,000 glasses. He's showing now, they broke in and stole all of our files. Police like,
that was awkward. Now that was awkward. I didn't even pull that one up. That was awkward.
Yeah, but Minnesota police said, oh no, he's lying. They're like, he's lying. There's no proof that even took place. So it's obvious that he's trying to cover his tracks because he knows it's not on the up and up. If I'm running a business, I can show that I'm running a business, and that's just it. It ain't got nothing to do with me being Somalian, Guatemalan. None of that matters. Fraud is fraud. Business on the up and up, operating like it should, it's gonna do what it do. You can go to McDonald's and make sure they're selling burgers, and I bet you they can prove it. You should be able to do the same thing with a damn daycare.
Well,
you should be able to show enrollment. You should be able to show the state what you got going on.
Okay, so there's two things going on really quick. So Famous asked, wasn't Joe Biden, his administration looking at this? Yes. So that's what we talked about a minute ago. So yes, I mean, this is something that there was multiple.
But when Joe do it, it's cool. But when Trump does it, it's bad. And that's basically what everybody was saying.
But hold on, this is where I think people are arguing, because they're saying that Joe Biden is the government, meaning that they're doing audits and they're an entity, and they're saying that this is not, Trump didn't send Trump dogs in to go look at that. Nick was like, I'm pulling up, y'all using our money, and him, and it ain't like we don't know if he and Donnie are friends. So
it's vigilante. It's vigilante
that's what
journalism.
they're saying.
It's vigilante journalism, because people are not touching on these subjects like they should. Like I said, back in the day, we had the Connie Chungs, the Walter Cronkites. We had different people that actually spoke on this stuff. So now we gotta pull and bully and punch on media to make them actually talk about stuff that we're actually really interested in. It's so bad now. You got CNN analysts apologizing for not talking about. I don't know if you guys saw that. That was on X recently. Journalists had to come out and apologize for not touching on subjects. That's how bad legacy media has become. So it's like, Nick Shirley is just one of thousands that we're going to see at this point that's actually going to be touching on this stuff. We don't have to stay here for too long. We've been here long enough. We can segue to whatever.
Yeah, we are. So drop the drip in the comments. I do want to tell y'all, I don't think anybody should defend fraud, but we also have to prove that it is fraud per se. Like they have to come with the paperwork. They have to come and say, we got these kids enrolled, these they parents, this is how much money we collect from this person,
Right.
this is how much money we get from there. That's on, they need to do that. And if they cannot do that, we need to take their license immediately.
That's it.
And then on top of that, if you got some kind of like work visa paperwork on that for that, if that is the case, then that should be up for grabs too. However, they're the ones who have to come and show their business is legitimate. And I know that Nick is shining the light on that, right? Of what it is. It's gonna get real tight, y'all. It's finna get real tight because money is getting tight and people are going to start doing these things. So we gotta be prepared for that to happen.
Listen and drip on in these comments. I need you all to remain concerned about this stuff because it's bigger than Minnesota. It's bigger than Nino Brown. Trust me.
Not as bigger than Nino
It's
Brown.
it's just the tip of the iceberg. We haven't even got, first of all, think about it. You got California with all of their, I mean, it's beyond fraud there. They got a railway that ain't been built. There's billions of dollars that's been the homeless situation. I mean, it's so much fraud going on in this country. It's ridiculous. So continue dripping, y'all. Let's keep these conversations going.
Keep the conversation going. We're gonna move on to the next thing because I know y'all gonna have something to say with this because let's check on them day one promises. All right, new leadership, same pressure. Let's talk about Mamdani. So Mamdani was able to get sworn in. And he came with the pen. He said, listen, if Donnie can do it, I'm about to do that for New York. So we gonna see how this. I don't know if I've ever seen a mayor pull up and just do this, but it's 2026. So let's see what he came up with. Drop some drip in the comments as this is going on so we can come back after the video and see what y'all think about each one of these things. Take the music off. Actually, we can take the music off. So
yeah, please.
And I can just talk through. So he hit this with executive orders. Now, mind you, this is day 2 for him. Okay, this is day 2 for him. He is, if you don't know who Mamdani is, he is the New York City mayor who is a Democratic mayor. He was
Democratic socialist mayor.
I was gonna get to people calling him a socialist. I'm not in New York City. I ain't got no dog in this fight. So all I'm doing is
do I.
Y'all. Just I'm not in New York City, to be honest with you. I don't ever want to live in New York City. I don't know.
Properties and identify sites. Second is to
hold on, let's go.
If your landlord does not responsibly steward your home, city government will step in. The second is
y'all hear that. So first one is they about to get this housing situation under control by being on the side of the renter. Drop some drip in the comments. Let us know what you think about this. So number 1 is if your landlord is slacking, they ain't doing what they're supposed to do, not up the code, we pulling up on them. So that's number 1.
Is to create a LIFT task force. LIFT stands for Land Inventory Fast Track, to leverage city-owned land and accelerate housing development. The task force will review city-owned properties and identify sites suitable for housing development. The last
So number 2 is basically an attempt to help solve the homelessness and housing gaps that they have in New York City. And so if they can basically determine that they have governmental, what do you call it? It's on the tip of my tongue. The authority to do that, which sounds like he making the authority, they about to give people housing. Okay. So that's number 2.
Executive order is the creation of the SPEED task force. SPEED standing for streamlining procedures to expedite equitable development. This task force will identify and remove bureaucratic and permitting barriers that drive up costs and slow housing construction and lease up, making it more affordable to build and easier to access housing across New York City.
So his 3 main things that from this video are around housing. And then also he revoked all the executive orders from Eric Adams after his indictment. So drop some drip in the comments. Let me know. Do y'all agree, disagree? Do you feel like this makes the socialism narrative like thicker? like that really makes it stick more? I'm trying to see if we have that. Okay, so socialism is the only thing saving America: Social Security, Medicaid, SNAP. bailout, socialism, all working. Thanks, Democrats. Please respond. So, so these things benefit bank bailouts, all socialism, all working. So, Eric, it sounds like you are not a fan of this. I'm very confused on this comment. So,
yeah, I'm trying to decipher what he's saying here. I don't.
So
bottom line is this.
You go ahead.
Yeah, bottom line is this. Mandani coming in talking about, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. We're gonna drop the cost of this. I'm like, big dog, where is all this money coming from? New York don't have no money, honey. And what they want to do is tax the rich, which you never tax the rich. You're not going to tax the rich. They already know they already got all the loopholes mapped out. So it's going to be the middle class that feel the brunt of all of these decisions that he's making. I don't know I can't wait to see how this plays out.
Okay, so Eric is saying that something has changed. Okay, no, I see where you're going with this now, Eric. So you're saying socialism is a good thing because these social programs are needed in order to help America, is where you're going with this, because you have that there's 150,000 plus homeless children in New York City. And then also, yes, America has homeless children. And okay, so you're saying that these are socialism. That's interesting. I know that from
take.
So social programs, SNAP benefits. So SNAP benefits allowing people nutritional food to have, regardless of their ability to afford to get it. So instead of them using their money that they earned, like actual value to value, it's being supplemented by others, which you're pairing that to socialism with the social program.
Right. Which
I'm trying to make sure I'm getting it. Okay,
yeah, I mean that's what he's saying.
And the same thing with Medicare, where we, Social Security for our elders, SSI, those things that for those who cannot do for themselves, that we basically help pick them up, and we, as in those who do not receive said benefits and go to work, would supplement that for them. So I think
that's what our tax.
I think that's where you're going
supposed to do. Yeah, that's what our tax dollars do. But at the end of the day, does that mean that everybody needs to pay an exorbitant amount and even out their wealth that they have or what have you to support the have-nots at that point? What the hell is our tax dollars doing?
So I think, and y'all can disagree with me on this if you want. I hear you on bailing out the corporations. I'm be honest with you here. I don't think we should bail out any corporations. I'm not for that at all.
Let them fall.
Let them fall. Like I'm
let them all do end run. They all can do the end run.
I do want to say socialism, and correct me if I'm wrong with everybody on this, socialism, there is no eligibility to use it. So for example, in Canada, everyone has healthcare. It doesn't matter if you are of an economic line or if you are a billionaire. You have, which I don't know if they have billions. I'm just making a number, but it doesn't matter. You still are eligible for the benefits. Whereas in America, we're saying, and I want to say it's like 15K. If you don't make 15K as a single person or something like that, might be 8. I can't remember what it is.
16 now. It gotta be.
If it's under that, then you. So if you make under $16,000, then you are eligible to start getting some level of benefits, like from I think that's it might be like SSI. I'm not sure.
Depending on what
there's a poverty. We call it a poverty line, and so we have a poverty line in socialist countries. They don't have a poverty line. It's just
they don't
benefit because everyone who works pays into it. So I think that's really the difference, and I think that's why Americans as a whole are like, listen. I'm not about to pay for Jeff Bezos's and Mark Cuban and all the rest of their healthcare.
Right.
I'm not paying for themselves. So versus in Canada, if they live there, you go to work, you gonna make sure they good. Like that's just, it doesn't matter how much money.
And that's why so many people escape socialist countries and come here, because in socialism, when you got your universal health care, you're waiting. I get those calls all the time. And the billionaires and the people that actually got a couple dollars, that's why they have dual residency. They get cancer, they're going to come here.
Let's address this. So Eric said Denmark, Sweden, Norway. Hold on, though. Hold on. So we got to talk about culture in some of this. And this now we got another topic we could talk about, but culture plays a part in these three countries. Like their background stem from similar lineage, meaning that they have some level of baseline alignment at some point. Like this is in America, we have everybody from all different places. People can come over. You can't just pull up. You're not pulling up to Norway. You're not pulling up to Norway, having no baby. You're not going. You're not doing that. You got 30 days or whatever it is. We talked about this. I can't remember if it was Sweden, Norway, or Denmark, but one of them. It was
Sweden.
You gotta get out of here. You getting out of here.
Can't pull up at Sweden.
You can't stay there. You can't stay here.
You can't just show up. The Swedes ain't gonna just let you in. Who the hell is you? First of all, they're gonna be like, he don't belong here. He fat. Ain't no fat people here. We working out and we run.
I see what you're saying, but they also don't let foreigners. Like I can't go. I go to Norway and I'm like, okay, Jim, when you go home? I am home. Per ticket. Where is it 30 days or 20 days? With 30 days or 20 days?
We need 25,000 deposited into one of our banks for you to even stay here for 3 months. We got to know that you really about this life over here. We're not doing that here. We're not. So it's culture. It's a culture situation. The successful, China is socialism at its worst.
China has no billionaires. That's what's famous said. China has no billionaires.
No.
China is the billionaire. China is the billionaire.
You got billionaire families. Listen, you got billionaire.
Xi Jinping is the billionaire. That's who's the billionaire.
You got billionaire families with dual residence. They like, I got a spot there, but I don't live there. I go back and forth. I'm in Japan with it. I'm gonna go over and go to Australia, because when you got the affordability, you don't have to stay there.
I'm just listening. Okay, so
chat going crazy.
It is going crazy. And shout out to y'all. I do want to say thank y'all for dripping the comments. Shout out to y'all for going back and forth. We appreciate having the dialogue and conversation. That is a big part of this. China has over 500 billionaires. Say what? Listen, I know one, Xi Jinping, but I know they got
it's money. It's money over there. No. Bottom line is, it's folks with money over there, but socialism do run rampant through that country. It is what it is, and so many people want to leave because they like, why I gotta wait for you to eat if I want to eat.
You talking about China?
Korea mostly is what I'm thinking about.
Because I was gonna say I ain't got nothing to say about nobody's China.
And pardon me, I won't know. I won't no issues with North Korea. I'm just saying. We can keep it pushing though.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go into actions have aftermath. So if you're new to our show, we have different segments that we have that has wrapped up our news and politics section. I'm looking for where are we at? There we go. Because we're gonna go ahead and get into from centerfolds to contracts. The exposure game has evolved fast. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Y'all know I'm talking about these OnlyFans. We've been talking about this. Let's talk about the OnlyFans, y'all. So this is not the first time, because if y'all remember on a different live stream we had, we talked about, what's that girl's name? My money's worth more than your life. What's her name? My car's
you talking about?
Life.
Yeah. You see this? This chandelier is worth more than your life. It's worth more than your whole family. I forget her name, man. She was sick. I forget her name. And she was fronting the whole time, but she definitely was talking that talk. It was hilarious. But it's sick how it's sick how she ran that up though.
So there's been a rampant thing going on about, and we're gonna talk about this from a traditional perspective, how like as much as possible, traditional versus modern. That's what we're gonna do with this one. Okay, actions have aftermath. That's the point of the segment. Okay. There's concerns raised about a YouTube star who makes 3.4 million her first day on OnlyFans after turning 18. This is not the first time. I mean, look at these comments, right? Yeah, the Cash Me Outside chick, same thing. Her and the other girl, even the Stranger Things situation. What's that girl's name? The one who's bald in it. I don't watch Stranger Things, but you know.
Oh gosh, she got one.
No, but she was texting Drake. She was texting Drake.
Oh
and
yeah,
so she was 18.
Yeah.
This is drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that even though they're child stars, I mean, no different than Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, you know, dudes too, Justin Timberlake, JC Chavez, who else was on the all of those different shows. When they become 18, and people are like, man, yeah, I'm trying to see them get it popping. Do y'all think that is fair because they're 18, or do you think that from a traditional perspective, like you've seen them kind of grow up, if you are of a certain age, is creepy? I want to know what y'all think. Let me see what y'all think on that. Millie Bobby Brown.
Millie Bobby Brown. Thank
and then
you.
Lil Tay.
Thank
You got it. Yeah, Lil Tay. Lil
And I
Lil
just
Tay.
Lil Tay. And I just watched Stranger Things. We just finished watching Stranger Things. I don't know why I couldn't Millie Bobby Brown. Exactly.
I don't think anybody's saying that. I don't think anybody's saying that is weird. I think, to me, we need to have a discussion on, is OnlyFans the new Playboy? Do y'all think it is? It's like, because historically, I mean, Playboy was doing the same thing, right? Like, it was y'all was open pages.
I don't know if it's the only. I think that's a stretch. I don't know. It's weird because I don't even think you. Well, I ain't gonna say that because he definitely had centerfolds that were under 21, definitely. But
because like I'm trying to think who was super young doing Playboy, but I mean, it's kind of to me it's different because the ability to talk. Here's my 2 cents. The ability to talk to them, like how y'all talking in the chat, right? You could talk technically to Little Tay's people and talk to Millie Bobby Brown if she go on a live stream. You know what I'm saying? Before she's 18, you could have done that and then wait till she turned 18. Versus in Playboy, I mean, you just watching Penny on, on TV, and then one day, boom, she naked on Playboy. But like you've never met or like had a conversation with the Janet Jackson. You know what I mean? I don't know if Janet did.
I mean, no, but if she did.
He said Playboy ain't got nothing. He said Playboy ain't got nothing on OnlyFans. A friend told me, man, I'm crying.
He's sick.
I ain't never been on.
He's sick. He's sick.
Yo, have a seat, YG. What's going on? He said a friend told him.
A friend told him that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just OnlyFans, I guess, to the nerd in high school that wanted to see the head cheerleader. Now she done fell off and she doing coke and she need money. Now she got an OnlyFans, so he like, F it, I'm gonna pay this $3 to see her oopa. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But when it comes to these little kids, yo, when it comes to these little kids that grow up and get like the Bernie Mac daughter, like, yo, like it's crazy. It's crazy because she got an OnlyFans. Like all of the child stars, I think the first OnlyFans, but wasn't OnlyFans, was baby girl from Family Matters that went upstairs and never came back down.
Jody.
I think that
Jody,
was
her Jody. Was her name Jody or something like that?
I think, yeah.
The girl with the ballies.
That was the first shocker for me as far as a child star that did, corn. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
And then I mean the Cash Me Outside girl, she ended up doing her thing, but she like got emancipated young and it was out here. I think she had a big black rapper, whatever else going on.
She was running around crazy before she even did OnlyFans. So that was almost expected. That was kind of like, okay, high school's done. I'm headed to college. That's the way I looked at it with her. Like that was inevitable. But the little tape, that was wild. And the way people responded to that, which is scary. It just lets you know how many sickos there are out there. Oh man, y'all, at 12 o'clock a.m., she turned 18, y'all. I'm tuning in. What? You wait.
Okay.
So many things we could wait on. You was waiting on that? Okay.
Joe agrees with you. He's saying that, yeah, that's not cool. That's a bad look. So okay, so we talk about basically parenting, husband, traditional things. So my guys, because I think most of the viewers right now are guys. Drop some drip in the comments if y'all agree with this. I saw this and said, I have to know what y'all think, okay? Because I've never heard this before. And I'm sure if I showed this to a group of women, I'm pretty sure what they would agree with. But I want to know what you guys think. Oh, let me make sure I take it off mute.
Not wife guys and wife guys. You can spot a wife guy from a mile away. There'll be like a group of guys outside a bar in a circle talking, and then like one guy on the phone off to the side checking in. Checking in is a wife guy's superpower. They're like, Josh, you coming with? He's like, yeah, I'm totally coming with. I mean, I am going to check in first, but I'm like a 90% yes. Wife guys just like their wife. That's it. I'll call my wife in the middle of the day for no reason. She's like, what's going on? Just lonely.
Okay, before we continue, is this cat? Are there wife guys? If you're a wife guy, put wife guy in the chat. What?
I'm married, but I ain't. Do I call? Yeah. My pal get called. You know what I mean? Like I hit her up. Baby, this was going on, but I don't know if let me check in with the wife. She already know what's going on.
Do you think that's more of a modern man's kind of approach to things?
That's for them guys with extra pink lips. That ain't for the men. The wife is calling them. Hey, baby, you hungry? You on your way home yet? I'll be there in a minute. Why? What's up? I'm cooking. I just wanted to make sure you ate.
Joe, what are you on?
I'm off the side on the phone checking.
Nah, Joe, what are you on? I'm gonna keep it moving.
Joe
That's a wife guy.
Joe in rare. He in rare form.
He is. I know, right?
He acted up.
Guys I talk to, it seems like they hate their wife. They're like, oh, my wife.
Drop some drip in the comments. You hate your wife. Let us know.
Damn.
And I'm like, why don't you like her? It feels like you just picked bad. Find a new wife. Like, it's not that hard. There's women everywhere. Swap. What is your problem? Like, oh, you always want to hang out with your wife. Like, yeah. Don't get mad at me because my wife is awesome. There are some wives that don't want to be married to a wife guy. And these are those couples that you hear them and they're like, we need our space. And I'm like, I feel like that's called being divorced. Wife guys do not need space. You can sit on our lap while we go to the bathroom. Some guys just aren't cut out for being a wife guy. They're like, I just value my freedom. Okay, well, you're free to not be married. That's not what marriage is about. It's about hanging out. I'll be cooking dinner sometimes. My wife's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, just stand there. I just like having you around. Just like, you have anything you want to talk about? No, but like, don't be on your phone in case I think of something. There's two types of guys.
Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all calling Cat?
I rock with that though. I mean, when your person is your person is your person. Not to that damn extreme. He a little extra, but your person is your person. You know what I mean? Like your person is your person. You get where I'm coming from? Like if we do that, you know, especially if I'm cooking, babe, come in the kitchen with me while I cook. I don't mind doing that. Or if I'm cooking, she playing the music, pouring the wine, we kinking it. Yeah, that's cool. You ain't about to sit on my lap while I'm using the bathroom though. Like, dude, some people take things a little too far. But I'm not gonna marry somebody I don't want to kick it with. I mean, you know, your wife should be your best friend to a degree, definitely. Like that should be your own. So I'm not against that. I don't know about this wife. I don't know about a title or a label to that, but your person is your person. I don't know.
I don't know. I find it interesting. I think culture will play a role in this because culture
Yeah.
and possibly age. I know
Yeah.
that I've told y'all one of my guilty pleasures is like I like to watch Love is Blind, Married at First Sight, Indian matchmaking. I even watched Jewish matchmaking, right? Like that's one of the things that I like to watch. And even like we talk about like Indian matchmaking. Aw, shout out to you, Bud, for being married for 34 years and you love. Okay. Oh, that's so cute.
Hey,
Oh,
we all
I love
aspire
it.
to get.
Are
We all
you a
aspire
wife?
to get what. Hey,
Are you
Bud,
a
I'm
wife
20
guy?
years in, bleed. I'm 20 years in now.
Are you a
got me
wife
about
guy?
14.
Are you a wife guy? You call her like you just want to be around her all the time, or is it just like y'all cool? Like that's your person, but like you ain't gotta be a wife guy. Drop some drip. Let me know. Indian matchmaking, for example, is interesting because I don't think that their husbands are probably typically like wife guys because you're matched with this person. It's not like you chose them, but you like kind of didn't choose them type of thing. So I'd be
Right.
curious to know from a culture perspective. I think some of those things kind of come into play. I also think that judging people because of like you may be a wife guy, but like I said, the cultures matter, the age matters. If I ask somebody who, like I said, Bud, are you a wife guy? Would you think that that's ridiculous? Because like obviously I love her. I'm with her 34 years, or you do rock with that. I would be curious. I'd be curious to know that because I would assume I obviously have been married for like 34 years. I'm not, the category. But
I would assume they have their synergy to where.
what do you
ain't
think?
gotta
Are
do
you a
that
wife
thing.
guy playing Dane? Or you like
No.
you just like this is
No.
your lady, y'all good.
She's my lady, now and never. That we kick it how we kick it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need to be a wife guy. I think this culturally, we do us. We do us the way we do us, and we make it happen. You know what I mean? That's just what it boils down to. So I don't know. Everybody does their thing. I think everybody does their thing differently. I don't know. It depends on the time of day, the season, even. You know what I mean? Like we got our anniversary coming up. So, around that time, we having fun planning and figuring it out and making things shape, right? But she ain't sitting on my lap while I'm using the bathroom. She might shave this head. I might be like, baby, you want to hit the scud? And she likes doing that. She likes shaving my head for stuff like that.
Aww.
So I don't know. Do with that what you will. You know what I mean? But I don't know if I'm a wife guy. But I'm down for my wife. We be kicking it.
Well, I want to leave y'all with a little bit of drip. We try to, just for people who are new to the show, we try to end on like a happier note, or even just something to think about, not necessarily so tense with like, with the political and the news stuff, a lot of times it's so tense. So that's why we kind of, relax a little bit. But let's talk about no prenup. City boys up. Okay.
City boys.
City boys up. Okay, City Boys is up.
Yeah. In a big way.
Because I was not expecting this. However, after he beat that case, I shouldn't be surprised. Rihanna says no prenup despite her 1.4 billion net worth. Drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think this is what true love looks like? Do y'all think that she's a fool? Do y'all think that this is real? Or that he's great at playing the game? What do y'all think? Now, to give you a little context, Rihanna had made this money before being with A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky is a rapper not nearly as successful as Rihanna in the music space, right? However, A$AP Rocky, it was like, what, last year? Last year, he beat a case on allegedly shooting somebody. I want to say it was like a gun charge and shooting somebody.
What?
And
it was attempted murder.
Attempted murder. He got not guilty. And when I tell you, when that man got that not guilty, he jumped up and ran over to her. Like, baby, see, we made it.
You about to get pregnant again.
She got about 3-4 kids now? She stayed pregnant now.
But 3.
Let us know. Drop some drip. Do y'all think that this is true? Or do y'all think this is a better image? Do you think this, or do y'all think this part where they're calling him all of these things? Let us
That's
know.
I mean, that's a fair assessment because she's very strong. She's very strong in that situation.
If
And
you were
on
a
top of
traditional
that,
man, it would be hard to follow her, right? Like from like a traditional baseline perspective. Well, I know 1.4
well,
billion. I mean,
but deeper than that too. You got to understand that she dated everybody. So I think they just always have matched each other's fly to a degree, and they understand each other and they know their role. She's the successful one. He's the pretty boy of the situation or whatever. I guess women find him attractive. I mean, I don't know. You tell me. Because I always hear women.
I mean, he with the purse thing. I can't.
Right, like
that's a no for me. I can't do the purse thing. What do they call it? A bag? I can't remember. It was like a
man bag and all that. That don't fly around our way. It wouldn't work.
That's not for me.
That's not. I don't care if you got a Glock in there. It's still a purse, buddy. I ain't. Whatever.
But City Boys, drop some drip in the comments. Y'all think City Boys is up? Aw, we appreciate it. Oh, a nurse man purse. Oh, a merce. Oh, you call it a merce.
A merce, yeah. Yeah, we ain't doing those, rap.
Here's my part. This is the drip I got. Shout out to those who have love for each other. I hope that is real. I hope that they love on each other. I have not seen ASAP disrespect her or nothing like that from a traditional setting perspective.
Hey,
probably
well, if you heard
for $1 billion.
Records, when he was courting, he said, "I love me a big forehead, bitch." He did say
Is that what he said? Direct quote. Okay.
On one of his better albums, Long Live ASAP, man. That was his best album. He has not. Rest in peace, Yams. Rest in peace, ASAP Yams. He A&R'd that project. That was the last one he A&R'd before he died.
And
it really is over with.
I don't believe that all women are out to take people's money, and that's why I wanted to bring this up, because it's one of the rare instances where she said no prenup and she got the bag to it. A lot of times we don't see that. A lot of times it's the female that's like, nah, we're not doing this prenup. Joe said he ain't doing that. He getting that prenup. But let us know. Drop some drip in the comments if y'all agree, disagree that it's possible for women to do that. Is it super rare? But regardless, just wanted to sprinkle a little bit of drip of some positivity and a little bit of love. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of love for y'all before we get up out of here. Plain Dave, you got anything else you want to add?
At this point in time, love is love, and I don't think we get enough of it. I don't think, especially black love, I don't think it's displayed enough these days without the attachment of some financial whatever. You know what I mean? So the fact that he can confidently say, I stand with my woman, I hold her down. I am the Stedman to her Oprah. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't mad at that at all.
And like just people, not being like
and
a
second
younger marriage. And that's not a second marriage, this is I'm aware of their first marriage.
And deeper than that, both of them dated everybody. Both of them have been considered attractive enough to smack everything in the industry, because ASAP did his 1-2. She definitely did her 1-2. The fact that they found each other and found love. I love when hoes get together. When the hoes get together, man, forget about it.
Oh,
it's gonna be exciting.
I'm not doing
but you know that. Ain't nothing more exciting than two hoes that find love together. I'm
not gonna call them. Thank you, bud. Shout out to you. Hope you come back. We here every Friday night, late night, usually around 11 p.m. EST, depending on what's going on. Last week we had to switch it up on y'all because the holiday, so we did it a little bit earlier. But we are here for y'all Friday nights. Drop some drip. Make sure y'all share us with people. Plain Dave.
And listen, I'm gonna remove the stigma of hoe too. Hoe stands for honoring our excitement. That's what hoe stands for. It's no longer a bad term in 2026.
Nah,
we honor our excitement. Hoe it up.
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna. Okay. Like, subscribe, Hit that like button if you haven't already. It's free. Don't cost you nothing to do that. Make sure you subscribe. Tell us about 2 people you like and someone you don't. We appreciate y'all dripping with us, and we'll see y'all next Friday night. And make sure y'all check out our other live streams and our other videos. Other ones. We have lots of content for you.
Get that other
Check it out. We appreciate y'all.
Oh yeah. And I'm bringing back the common sense car ride. I was in a car wreck recently. So yeah. So in the new whip, I'm gonna get back to it, y'all. Don't worry.
All right, y'all. We very much appreciate y'all. I am your co-host, Jim Jones, and
I'm your man, Plain Dane.
And we are out of here.
Thank you for joining us.
We'll see y'all next Friday.
Turn it up, don't sit. It's the realest me. Our daily drip. Whoa. Our daily drip. Our daily drip. Daily drip. Curtains rise, we the stars in a haze. Midnight tide, we gon' surf through the waves. Crisp high head, sink the pulse on my veins. Soul ignites, breaking free from the chains. Moonlight's kiss, it's a lover's delight. Deep bass hums drawing us to the fight. Our daily